Hey everybody, it's Rabbi Denise here. I hope you're all doing okay, and I hope my signal is okay. I am not at home. I'm here by a beautiful lake, sitting on a beautiful piece of Canadian Shield, and I've been away for a little while with my kids and my family, sort of just enjoying some summer. It's been really beautiful, but every Friday for Secular Synagogue folks, I do a Shabbat Live, so it's a Facebook Live post like this, where I talk about sort of what I'm thinking about this week, anything Jewish that's going on, etc. Sometimes I just put them on my public Facebook page, so that's this. And I wanted to talk about the holiday of Tisha B'Av, which was yesterday, and the upcoming holiday of Tu B'Av, which a lot of people probably have never heard of. So Secular Synagogue folks know we're getting together by Zoom on Tuesday to talk through some of these things and kind of have a little celebration, a little love party. But what are these holidays and what do they have to do with where I'm at right now? That's what today's post is about. So essentially, Tisha B'Av is a holiday where we mourn certain Jewish destructions, particularly the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, but other kind of Jewish calamities that have happened on or around that same date. And so it's traditionally a day of fasting and a day of sort of sadness. We read from the book of Lamentations. So it's a kind of somber holiday. And then Tu B'Av, which comes up next week, is like the Jewish Valentine's Day. So conversely, that's like a day of originally kind of fertility festival and love, and everybody sort of getting together in the fields, and there's like an erotic element to it. So pretty different. And I think it's there's a lot of wisdom in the way in which those two holidays are paired, appearing close to one another in the Jewish calendar. Because I think that, and I have a PhD in literature, so I studied a lot of books, and very often we would talk about the pairing of kind of love and death, or hate and love, and how the tension between those things can often give each more power. So Tisha B'Av, the mourning holiday of yesterday, makes us contemplate and makes us sad and makes us think about loss and destruction, and then we are kind of emotionally and spiritually ready to step into a place of love. We embrace life because we know life is fleeting, and we've thought about death, so we want to open ourselves to the possibilities of the goodness and beauty of the world. That's, I think, the Jewish wisdom of these holidays appearing close to one another. A lot of people will also note that one of the reasons of the destruction of the temple was what people call baseless hatred. The idea that people can hate a person, but in particular another group of people, for no reason. And that was the reason behind so many of our calamities, this baseless hatred. What an important time right now for us to be thinking about baseless hatred, as this summer has seen incredibly powerful movements for Black Lives Matter, and talking about how there still is baseless hatred. There still are groups targeted for no reason, no good reason. And yes, Jews are one of those groups still. Anti-Semitism has not gone anywhere, and we're seeing a rise in expression, but there are lots of baseless hatreds. And so a lot of people spoke about yesterday as a time to mourn all of those destructions. Breonna Taylor, lots of Black and Indigenous lives in particular that ended without any good reason, and the baseless hatreds behind so much of the pain and suffering in this world. So yesterday was a day for that. However, and that's important, but I don't personally believe in any of the holidays, Tisha B'Av and also Yom Kippur, which is one of the next major holidays coming up in a couple of months. I don't really believe in self-flagellating. I don't really believe that it's something that we need to do to kind of harm ourselves or, put ourselves through the ringer. I don't fast. And we had an interesting discussion on Secular Synagogue about fasting, whether it's healthy, whether people should do it. There's so much disordered eating and so much, cultural stuff tied up with food. To me, that's not the way. I know that for people that's meaningful, and that's fine. If it's meaningful for you, then go for it. But for me, I think a lot of the lessons behind these holidays, Tisha B'Av and Tu B'Av, coming up, the love one, and also even as we move into Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, to me, it's not about harming yourself or guilt or shame or, afflicting your soul or self-flagellation. It's about saying that the way we move through the world matters. And so on the more sad and somber days like Tisha B'Av yesterday and like Yom Kippur coming up, it's about, doing some wrestling with yourself and thinking about who you want to be. But it doesn't require self-harm. In fact, I think it requires a good dose of self-love. So one of the things we know maybe better than our, biblical time forebears is that people who are not okay and not well are more likely to harm others. Those of us who are really working on feeling good, on taking good care of ourselves in all the ways that is, doing things that bring you joy and pleasure, taking time to rest, nourishing your body with, good movement and healthy food, connecting socially with people, even if we have to do that in new ways now, given COVID. Those people who are well are not the people out there hurting others due to baseless hatred. I mean, everybody has their biases, but by and large, the people who hurt other people are hurting themselves. And so to me, a kind of update on some of the Jewish holidays, which I think have value. It's important to contemplate sadness and feel the loss and grief and pain of our time, and also, the loss and grief of pain historically. But we can choose to do that in a way that honors our own well-being. And so that's why I'm here. I think it is valuable to make time to nourish yourself. And then, struggle with the grief and the loss and death and sadness. And then also, as I said with Tu B'Av, the holiday that's coming up, open yourself up to love and goodness and beauty. Both are important, but the more well you are, the better you are to handle all of that stuff, right? So I really see the opportunity here for all of the Jewish holidays as a chance to kind of look inward and think about who you want to be and how you want to move through the world. So people might know, for Secular Synagogue, our doors have been open just this week for new members. I wanted to give people a chance to come and join us. Today is the last day to sign up this round. We will open back up in September, but if you join now, you get access to our awesome Elul program. So Elul is the next Jewish month, and we're launching something called Sunday School, Sundae. So a yummy kind of Sunday. And the idea is that you spend the month of Elul leading up to the high holidays doing some spiritual growth work. So connected to this wellness. I want you feeling so good as we move into the next Jewish year. So I've got so much awesome, it's a 36-page guide with like poetry and links to like awesome, playlists and meditation and yoga. There's Jewish text and study options in there. We're going to be getting together every week via Zoom to support you in that work. I think it's going to be so powerful. So that's on tap coming up. And it will be available to non-members. The information is up on my website now at secularsynagogue.com to check it out. But if you do want to join us and be part of the community as we embark on that work and get it, frankly, for less than half the price, then today is a great day to join Secular Synagogue before we close our doors to new members for a while. And then, of course, I've got awesome high holiday programming coming up that will similarly be like this. It's not all upbeat. There might be a memorial or mourning aspect to the Yom Kippur service, but it's not about self-flagellation or afflicting your soul. It's about, stepping into something really powerful, which is that we are the boss of our lives. Things happen to us that we don't control, but we can control how we respond to them. We can control how we take care of ourselves so we can meet those challenges, and we can control whether we want to be people who put good out into the world. So in my Tisha B'Av post yesterday, I said, if we're mourning destructions based on baseless hatred, what we need now is baseless love. And what I mean by baseless love is not a love that's earned or that's transactional, but a love that says, by virtue of our humanity, everybody is deserving of love. You don't have to do anything to earn it. everybody is worthwhile and deserving of love. And so, and I really believe that to be true. And I think when we move through the world, that says to everyone, whether it's our barista or our, food delivery person or a neighbor or somebody we happen to pass on the street, as much as possible, practicing recognizing the humanity in that person, and just with a smile or some eye contact or friendly gestures, letting everyone know that, like, I see you, we share our mutual humanity, and I don't need a reason to send you love. So I'm sending all of you love watching this. I hope you are taking good care of yourselves during this time. A time full of challenges, but hopefully also full of moments, at least, of joy and beauty. And if you want to get involved with Secular Synagogue, go to secularsynagogue.com. The website link is open for new members for today only, and then we'll reopen again in September. Our Elul program information and high holiday stuff is up there also. And I'm wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.